Hi, everybody. I know you've all been really missing me because I've been gone for like forever. Um, you remember my last video? It was like almost like what, a month ago? Almost. How I said how I had been sick and I got sick again. Once I stopped my antibiotics, and I'm like, I'm almost done with my antibiotics now, knock on wood or something like that, that I don't get sick again. Well, no surprise, guess what happened? I got sick again. Yeah, it was actually a strep throat that came back in full force. What happened is, if this is grossing you out, sorry, I had an abscess in my tonsils where all the bacteria would go hide out. So my antibiotics would, suppress it, and I would be fine. And then after I stopped them, give a couple days or so, it would come back way worse than ever. So yeah, that's what happened. It took about 3 days after that Thursday night, because I think I did the video on a Monday. It came back way worse. A really high fever, extreme pain where I couldn't talk. They had to put me on Vicodin, and I had to go to an ear, nose, and throat specialist where he's like, okay, you need to get your tonsils out as soon as possible. So I ended up getting my tonsils out just a little over 2 weeks ago. And what's funny is the new antibiotics, I was on this really strong stuff, and I was actually developing a little bit of an allergic reaction. I think it was the antibiotics, at least that's what I think. I was getting a rash, so I had to take that and Benadryl and Vicodin because it was not going away right away. Um, I was actually didn't start to feel better until like the morning of my operation, which was on a Tuesday, and then of course I had to get them out. Oh my god, if you have not had your tonsils out, especially the older you are, the worse it is, which I'm still reasonably young. I'm only 24, but it's much easier for children, especially because I had the traditional procedure, which is way more painful for recovery because they had to get everything out. Um, it was horrible, so I was not able to talk for like over a week. It hurt so bad. And you know how everybody eats ice cream and stuff? I was so extremely sensitive to cold, my mouth and my throat. I still am, actually. It's weird. But I can tolerate it. Anything frozen, like, burned my throat. I had to have, like, hot and warm stuff, which is really weird, but they say everyone is different. I went back to school after about a week, which was very hard. Then I went back to work last weekend. Oh God, it was a disaster. I was expecting to be like fully recovered by then. I'm not. I'm at about 80% right now. Um, I'm making a really big effort to make my life back to normal. Like I can talk again. I still have some swelling in my tongue and my jaw stiffness. I periodically, I try to chew as much as possible. I went back to solid foods. My taste buds are still desensitized. Like, I can taste, but not very strongly. It's kind of a bummer. I lost, all this weight because it was just good, I guess. Because, I've been wanting a no effort weight loss plan where I didn't have to do any work, and that was it. So if you're desperate and you want to lose weight and you have your tonsils still, that's an idea for you. I mean, it's excruciating, but that's really bad advice. So yeah, and going back to work was awful. I'm going back to work again. I get a full weekend. I got like 9.5 hours tonight, and then I got tomorrow and Sunday, and then I have school during the week. So, yeah, I don't have anything to review. What did I read? Nothing. While I was home for a week in bed, do you think that would be a perfect time to read? I was so out of it, constantly on Vicodin, and you can't really sleep that much. I have to keep waking myself up to keep, my mouth hydrated because your tongue dries out. Not your tongue, your throat dries out when you sleep. And it hurts the worst when you wake up. Oh God, it was so bad. Ignore the phone ringing. Hopefully someone's gonna get it. Yeah. Okay. Uh, and what was I even talking about? Oh yeah, so I was so turned out of it. Plus being on Vicodin, um, and Benadryl too, because and all these medications, I could not like even like going on the computer and trying to read my email is like I could barely focus. Same thing with movies. I haven't watched anything because then afterwards, once I was better enough to try to go on with my life, I've had no time to do because I've had school and work, and the only thing I've been able to read is my textbooks and like my law books and stuff, like court cases and statutes and other shit. Oh my god, excuse me, stuff like that. So I have no books and no movies. I've watched some various TV shows while I'm doing homework. I've been on in the background, but yeah, my weekly videos, all my books for reading are like a thing of the past. Thank God I'm so close already to my goal of books to read this year because if I hadn't done all that, and that was the smart thing for me to do. There'd be no way. This is just beyond horrible. I wish I had gotten sick at least if it had happened. Could have been anytime during the past year before I went back to school. Yeah, so I'm sorry everybody. I have nothing. I just wanted to update you on what's happened to me. Not that I'm trying to just be lazy because unfortunately that's not the case. And I really miss reading for fun. I had all these books that I bought too at the Borders, like going on a business sale, which is really saddens me. By the way, I'm not going to be buying any books in bookstores anymore. It's going to be all on the internet because Barnes and Noble is way too expensive. Um, so I do have a ton of new books. I have old books that are still unread. I have movies that I want to watch, which I'm going to try to go to a couple screenings this week. Knock on wood that I can make it. I hope. Um, I have all this stuff I want to do, but then I have all these like assignments and exams and stuff. Especially like now, I'm pretty much caught up to stuff that I missed, but I still have so much to do. So maybe I'm gonna try the best that I can to keep getting videos out there. But if you're wondering why they're not, that's why. So thanks to everybody, all my subscribers, everybody who's still been watching. I still got like a few comments as like saying nice things and asking where I was. Same thing for my text blog, which I'm also gonna. I got a question about that. I'm gonna put the link for that just in case. Everything's on my channel, but if you want to go back and read some of my older stuff, you can go ahead and do that too. Thank you, everybody.